This is an 86 Defender 200 TDI that I bought from actually the guy who manages the new Defender build now. So it was kind of a bit of a project when I bought it. I've been 3 years at it, and this is the result. Standard engine in it, and then all sorts of bits and pieces, and I've covered it with Line X, which is a bit different to your Raptor. Goes on very hot, but it was Revolutionary Coatings in Maidenhead that did it for us. Really good job as well. So just coated everything, which gives it, and you can have different textures with it, but it's basically the pressure they put it on with gives you a different texture. So this has got a 1.5 mil coat on it now, which is pretty tough for when you're kind of pushing through bushes and bits and pieces like that. So, and then it was just lots of little bits like the Masai covers, just your standard Rhino 1350 winch, all your LEDs, your bits and pieces, and then we put a Alicab top on it. The Alicab basically is bolts on at the roof line here, and what we've done is, as it's run down here, we've blended it in, and you can see it a little bit, but it's not too bad. And I mean, when you look at it, it looks a bit like it doesn't look 110-ish, it's more like, it looks like a stubby 90 or a fat 90, if you like. And then it's all the little bits and pieces you can spend your well-earned money on has gone into it. So, I mean, side locker. And what we've done in the side locker is, if I get it to open, maybe not, I jammed it earlier on. I know I jammed it earlier on when I pushed it. There it goes.
Beautiful.
So, just for carrying stuff. So it's got in there shower outlet, so we can plug an outdoor shower in it, and then a water inlet in there, and this is the foot for the winch. So it carries under here, and on the opposite side there are two 38 litre water tanks, and they're just levelled between a pipe between them. There I've got a pressurised water system that feeds the shower and the sink inside, which I'll show you in a minute. But we've run a little immersion heater through the heater matrix. So we took piping off the heater matrix and ran it through an immersion which sits inside. So when you're driving, you're heating up water. Now TDIs take a long time to heat up, but when they get going, then they're right. I was going to put another, because I've got a diesel heater sitting in there as well, I was going to put one of the ones with the water jackets and run a second immersion through it. So I had the guy make the immersion with 2 coils inside. My bottle went in the end with that, because I had a very small pressurised system, and I'd put pressure valves in everything. I mean, it looked a bit steampunk, you know? Yeah. And in the end, to kind of get the build moved on, I just put your standard Chinese diesel heater in for now. I might gather some courage and maybe try that system in the future.
They do the job though, don't they? The diesel heaters from China are really good.
Marvellous things for the money. Absolutely marvellous things for the money. Then some heavy duty rock sliders outside, some tree runners or whatever people call them. So we just made those. I made some for the doors. I made these, and wrapped it. And we were going to do them a different colour, but I think it blends it in better. It doesn't. Yeah, it's nice. It doesn't look like a Go Faster stripe. Now I was going to do it on the door as well, but these are brand new doors we put on. I think it was going to put too much weight on the door and the hinges. Yeah. And to be honest, I'm not going to be crashing through too much. No. And this Line X is such tough paint. In fact, the American military spray it on their Humvees, and they'll put, this is a 1.5 mil coat, they put a 3 mil coat on, and they did a test where they shot it with a shotgun and didn't go through the 3 mil coat. Mental. Not that we're going to get caught up in many skirmishes. I think we're okay. But, yeah. But just so you know. Yeah. So with the Alicab top, because I've got a roof rack on it and a solar panel on it, it's added extra weight to the gas struts. So we had to upgrade the bigger of the gas struts just to give it that extra lift. snorkel, all the bits and pieces. The wheels are Maxxis razors, 35 by 12.5 I think it is. They prove to be really good at the moment. They're not that noisy on the road. They've got plenty of side wall to get your grip on, and these are your standard flexi things. They'll take a knock, these, but we've Linexed these.
Yeah.
We've basically Linexed all the bits and pieces.
Oh, you have, haven't you?
Yeah. Put Optimal hinges on it. Those were
nice,
those were
nice little upgrade.
Killer on the pocket, but it's got a 4-inch lift on it.
Yep, 4-inch, nice.
So we did terra firma springs, shocks, and everything right the way around. Did all the bearings, did all the steering. We did the steering, reconditioned steering box. Redid all the brakes, the calipers, and everything. So it stops, but it's heavy. That's the only thing with it. It's heavy.
Yeah.
It's like when you go to take off on a hill, you wish you had a supercharger there.
Yeah, just a bit more power.
Of blow to blow it up.
Yeah.
But if you keep it rolling, it's fine. Once the turbo kicks in, it's away.
Get the momentum going. Yeah.
It is quite a lot of weight. When you think full fuel tank, 78 litres of
water,
in it, plus, and we'll go inside if you want to look. Just little things like this. What we have done as well to stop dirt going up inside the arches, I've lined the arch.
Yeah.
Just to stop it packing up, because on the other side I've got quite a bit of plumbing to do with the water system.
Yeah.
So it's just to protect that. And then all these daft little
nice little
gizzards you can get.
Just finish them off. Window guard as well, nice.
You can see on here that this is the alley cab thing. So what happens on that is that as the roof comes down, it just settles on those, and that allows you to make sure it's all tucked in properly. And when you're lifting it, it just gives you that extra lift, because it's quite heavy. I've just put some little side lights on the thing.
Nice.
I haven't wired them in yet.
Yeah, it gives you that visibility down green lanes.
But that's just when you're squeezing through trees. So I'll put the light on in a second. But I basically built this. There's a company down in Maidenhead, somewhere like that, down London way anyway. I've seen them online, and I kind of pinched the idea a little bit of how to lay it out. Basically it was, so we've got a cooker and sink at the top, and that really is dictated how deep this cupboard would be, and then just put roller shutters on.
Nice.
Full of rubbish at the moment, as you do.
That's the job though.
Yeah, so I've got just a small fridge in the front one.
Yeah.
Gas cylinders back here. I've got a gas alarm inside there, just in case.
Worth doing, yeah.
Then this seat, the idea was I'm going to be using this when I go fishing, so I can pull up and stay there, because we fish for sea trout and it's like overnight, where it's, you fish at maybe 2 o'clock in the morning, so I can go put my head down for a couple of hours. I don't have to do the pop top because I've got a big enough couch to lie down on in here. So that is basically just over the standard height of the wheel arches. Which allows me a little bit of storage, and then what we're doing is put this in here.
Oh, nice.
And that just takes, at the moment, my chair, my rods, and all that business.
Perfect.
I mean, if you were shooting or something like that, ideal place to put your guns.
Definitely, yeah.
Out of the way. So, Glenforth axe on the back, best one you can have.
Got to be done.
Got to have it, and a Mora knife. Then inside, so this section here, if you can see this, if I pull this down, that's the bed up above. So that's got its own lights. All this lighting is in when it comes as a just complete unit, with just some wires hanging out the end of it, and we just fed them down into the battery section. That other section here is the one that kind of flips down once you're in. So this is a lovely setup, because you can leave, as you see, I can leave all my bedding and everything up there, push it up and it just stays in the roof space, just that extra roof space, so
Yeah.
you don't have to mess about with it. Under here there's a diesel heater and the immersion that we've run from the engine. Under here is kind of in this cubby section is a 280 amp leisure battery.
Nice.
There is the solar panel on the top, the solar converter and everything under here, and I've built kind of a little, almost like a little desk you can sit at.
Yeah.
But that's got underneath there, there's just a lid, lifts up, so you've got a little cubby in there. It's got the real journal in at the moment, but then it's got a false bottom. Below that is an inverter, solar panel controller, all that sort of business.
Yeah.
And then that feeds over to here, and basically we put under this, I won't dig it out because it's a right nightmare to get to. We put a secondary distribution board over here, so under the seats here it's got all the fuses for all the additional stuff.
Yeah.
So we've taken as much as we can away from the starter battery. So literally headlights, absolutely everything work off the leisure battery.
Nice.
So the only thing really that the starter battery's doing is glow plugs and starter. That's it. So there's no drain on that at all.
Yeah.
So that sits where it normally sits, and then it's got a dual charging system in there.
Yeah.
So when the engine's running, when that's full, it'll jump over and it'll start charging the leisure battery.
Yeah.
Then the other way around is the solar panel charges through the leisure battery. When that fills, it jumps over and fills it the other way. So they're both kept topped up. So the really good thing is, under these Victronics solar panel chargers are really good at keeping your batteries in good order. I can't remember, the electrician that was working with me, he had an expression for it, but it kind of keeps them primed well, because they've got a complete, like a constant trickle top up. Like it's keeping them alive almost.
Yeah.
You know? So some Mazda seats in here, and your standard cubby, then a Raptor dash in the front there. So with your DIN setting, your DIN fittings, and your regular zombie switches, and
Of course.
you know, and of course your ejector seat button.
Most important bit of the vehicle.
Everybody has to have an ejector seat button. And the good thing, I mean, with the Alicab top is you get that extra little cubby at the top here.
That's a bit of storage.
Yeah, it's handy storage. So, and then can't remember who made the matting system, but I bought the matting system for here. Everything has been double and triple insulated.
Yeah.
So we did on any panel. So you know, if you get hold of a panel, let's say this panel here, if I hit it here, there's different tone.
Yeah.
So what I did, every single panel, I went around and tapped it until I found the highest frequency in that panel.
Yeah.
And put sound deadening over it.
Good idea. Yeah.
And it kills that panel then completely. You don't have to, because everybody seems to think they have to cover everything. But you don't. So under heat on the floor, where you've got all the different panels, you know, the ribs that run up and the rivets you see, each one has got its own little sound deadener in it.
Yeah.
Then we put insulation over the lot. On this floor, then we put 1/2-inch marine ply, and then this industrial flooring on top.
Yeah.
It's killed a lot of the sound in it. So it's it's quite dead, the sound in here. It's a Land Rover.
Yeah.
You still have to shout. You know.
Can't beat. Yeah. You're not going to defeat that.
So I said about the fridge before. That fridge is in here. Just a little fridge full of bacon that's falling out. So, and this is where I put the water system. So you can see how it's. These are pressure relief valve or pressure valves for the different water storage. And there's the pump and the filter and all those sorts of bits in there. And your standard MRE rations that you have to have with you, just in case.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know. Yeah, diesel heater blows out under my legs here.
Oh yeah, little vent there. Yeah.
So it comes out here, but I also piped it through into the front.
Yeah.
So you're getting heat in the front as well, because we all know what Land Rover heaters are like.
Brilliant.
They
yeah.
make a noise. I think that's about it. So. And that's it. It's taken me 3 years of constant work.
Yeah. Big project.
So what I've done is, as well, like your reversing lights. This is my reversing lights now. So we've got twin reversing lights on it. Twin
Much
fog
brighter
lights
anyway,
on it.
aren't they?
Yeah. And then that working light for the evenings here. I have a little rope light. You can't see it in this light. There's a little rope light. You can just see the edge of it there.
Oh yeah.
Runs across there. Just give it a little bit of
Ambience.
background. Yeah. It's been fun, frustrating, and damned expensive to do. But this has been my treat for working all the years, you know. So yeah, there we are. My little, and we still haven't got a name for it yet. I mean, somebody said the green, jolly green giant, but no.